Warning, not one of these vehicles live on or anywhere near my home. We live on a closed street, a cul-de-sac. Almost everyone owns a smartphone. Notice the patterns, the driving, and the vehicle patterns. Enjoy. Street theater. What is street theater? Street theater is a group community, everyday citizens using vehicles, perpetrators, to cause staged events and scenes to confuse, intimidate, stress out a targeted individual. Fusion centers relay information to law enforcement to gather daily routines of a targeted individual, basically knowing anytime they will be home or if they're not home. In my instance, they know that I used to focus some time on my security cameras when this first came to my attention. What they did is they capitalized off that, and they continued and still continue to this day with having vehicles, random vehicles, park in front of my home, drive in front of my home, doing the same exact identical tactics and maneuvers, as you can see. If you can imagine how many these strangers have my address and possibly a profile of me, I do understand that this is some sort of game to them, like a Pokemon Go. I'm not too familiar with that, but I do know the basics of it. And I'm pretty sure this is somewhat of what kind of software that they use. They have to complete their mission, complete their task, whatever that may be, if that's to drive by, revving their engines, honking their horns, parking for 5 seconds, or driving by my home and making U-turns, parking inside my driveway. Whatever the case may be, they have to complete their mission to get paid. As you can see here, this vehicle, this Honda Civic here, it was driving in circles and I caught it on camera. That last recording was when it backed up into my driveway, attempted to open one of my vehicles, and then how did they know that the vehicle that was parked on the curb on the street was also one of our vehicles? They did not stop or attempt to open any of the vehicles but the two that were ours. Coincidence, huh? It's never coincidence. As you can see, the identical tactics and maneuvers that these vehicles make. We have a perfect alternative to making a U-turn on my street, and one of them is not my driveway. As you can see right in front of us, across the street, they can easily make a turn right then and there, but they don't. As you can see right there, they could have done that. Furthermore, would have been a whole lot easier, and not to mention a whole lot safer, were to be continue 100 feet and make a U-turn on the cul-de-sac. But they decided not to. Why? Because that is not their mission. They want to make it look as ridiculous as possible for the targeted individual to capture and to stress over. This is part one. I will be coming with part two soon, for there's many more footage for me to expose.